Hey y'all, we are back with Clay with Bae episode 3, and we've been absolutely blown away by the reception to our recordings, our little infancy recordings. It's crazy to see how many people enjoyed this coming through LinkedIn. We actually, for the first time, had people coming into these videos organically from YouTube. Not that LinkedIn traffic is inorganic, but pretty crazy to see that I'm having to explain what clay is to people in the comments. And if you're one of those people, I'm super glad you're here. And maybe you're in a spot where you could, you're looking for a job, or you're trying to go to market for your company and you want to launch a product or service. I think this will be really useful to you. So for anyone who doesn't know, Clay is a go-to-market orchestration tool. Basically does everything except sending sales and marketing campaigns. It can send sales and marketing campaigns. I don't know what I'm talking about. They have the feature. You can use Clay for the entire outreach process, from finding people to sending emails. I think most of you on episode 3 already know what Clay is, but I just wanted to get that, since we had people who, that's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me. So we're super grateful for that. Yeah, I think that AI augmented outreach is like a gold rush right now. Whether you're selling picks or shovels or panning for gold, there is so much opportunity here. So seize the day. Also, it's fun. So that's a secondary bonus. I think this work is really enjoyable. All right, let's dive into it here. Today, our goal, I moved find people using AI up just because I think that this would be really salient for people who are doing day-to-day clay work. And then we're also going to find contact information using some of our favorite sources. And then I'll tell you what those are when we get to that. Other than that, I'm really trying to push us before the end of episode 5 to have some sort of email copywriting done. And so, yeah, we don't have a lead magnet we can use, which is kind of restricting. I think the best email campaigns we can send build relevance based on what is inside the lead magnet, and then referencing that with what the person or company is doing. So if we were to do nothing customized based on some sort of like call to action that's unique or lead magnet, I would just say we help. I would create a Claygen prompt that says we help with solution to problem way that we can help company and role department at company. Thought it might be relevant because reason for company department from Claygen. So we would use Claygen to find that information. That's what I call like holy grail or lazy prompting, where you can create a prompt that adds some relevance, whether it's great or not, to basically every email, which is nice. So yeah, goal is next 2 episodes, or yeah, 3, 4, 5, to have copywriting finished, and then we're gonna dive more into the signals and stuff. So what's that? Clay might have logged me out here. Let's dive into this. Okay, so where are we? Found people. Great. I'm gonna find some more people using AI, and we might dump those into another table. I'm not really sure. We want to make sure that when we find people using AI, and I'll show you how we do that in like a super quick way. We want to make sure that we have their first name, their last name or full name, job title, and LinkedIn profile would be great. So we will focus on that. So what we need to do to find more people using AI, I can't find a good spot for the bubble. We need the company LinkedIn URL, we need their website, and that's basically it. So I'll show you what we do. I already have a prompt in my Clay account for this, for Stellar Growth, like to identify sales, growth, marketing, RevOps people for our outreach. But I'm just going to create a new prompt here, and we're going to just kind of vibe on it. What's our conditions for people we want to find? We want to find partners and owners, and that's it. Like, it's a super easy prompt. Like, find the owner of this company. So we're going to use AI. And I'm going to skip the prompt constructor just because I don't think it's necessary here. I'm going to, again, go to 5mini. Research tasks, I give to 5mini or Gemini. And then creative content type stuff I give to Claude. I had a couple questions about how we use those in the last episodes. So let me just add my correct key here. And we're gonna have to be careful soon. I gotta make sure. We had a YouTube video get taken down like months ago because I didn't censor out contact info. So as we get towards the contact info, if we have like a full URL showing or something, that's a no-no. So I'm really sad that that video that got removed was really good, but it happens. Okay, so what's our prompt structure? Role or like role play. You want to give the AI a job. You want to give it which data to work on, which in this case is website and LinkedIn URL. And then constraints. And I'm probably missing one more. We'll get to it.
Do you want to give it a persona?
Sort of. We don't want to use, like, I want it to be cheap. I don't want to use more than like 100 words here. So your job is to find owners and partners at company name. We should go through and rename columns at a certain point because type is not descriptive, and name is not descriptive at all. At name, using the following data. And now I'm just gonna go data. It's not perfect, but it's fine. So data, company website. This will probably be where we find most of this information. And then company LinkedIn URL. And then we're just going to go LinkedIn URL. Okay. What else do we need to do? Any ideas?
Can't think of anything specific.
Job, data. Okay, I'll fill in the blanks for you. We're going to change this to JSON schema. And I'm jumping ahead. We need constraints. So return return find owners and partners, return their
full name,
the owner or partner's full name, their role. I guess in this case it doesn't really matter because we're only looking for owners or partners. Their role, and so this will really help for, I think some of these companies we did not find anyone using Clay's native, so this might fill in some blanks. That's the whole reason that I'm doing this. I should have explained that sooner. Their role and their LinkedIn profile URL if available. Okay. And then I think that's basically it. This is a super simple prompt. It should work okay. I find that the newer models are pretty good at turning my dumb prompts into useful data. Previously you had to give tons of context. Maybe models have degraded in some other ways, but they're really efficient. Yeah, what do you remember?
Your prompts were much longer than that.
Yeah, and they work. I think that if you're using the newer models and you're willing to spend a little bit more money, and that's not even true. Some of the newer models are actually quite affordable. Like 5 Mini feels comparative in cost to, like, I don't know, it's not as cheap as 4.0 Mini, but it's definitely way cheaper than 4.0. Anyways, so what did I just do there while I was kind of absent-mindedly thinking? I went to JSON prompts, JSON schema, JSON Derulo. I went to JSON schema. I clicked generate from prompt, and I got this nice little array. One thing that I should tell it, constraints. Let's make a constraint section. I don't want 25 people.
Yeah.
I only want up to 3 owners or partners at this company. Do not return any more than that. Okay, that should be fine. Let me just move me over again. And that's it. So if I had decided to run the people search before and return the data in here, which I probably should have done, why? Because then I would see which companies we had found partners and owners for, and which ones we didn't. And so what we could do then is say only run if you did not find them. So that way it's like the cleanup prompt. Try and use like Apollo, Clay, Surf, whatever to find people. And then if you can't, we're going to use AI. Some people use AI first, which I totally get. So, anyways, try.
Which one is cheaper to do?
Oh, it's way cheaper to use AI for the most part, I think. But you should validate your data. Make sure that they're still working at the company. Make sure that they're not dead. RIP. Because Clayagent naturally doesn't have the ability to. Sorry, I don't know why my brain's thinking so slow. First thing here, it doesn't have the ability. Like it doesn't. It's stuck in back in time generally. Like if you look up a model, it will say like Clayagent or not Clayagent. X model is current to like has digested the internet up until like October 2024, right? So we could say something that's here that make sure. No, you don't want to tell it to make sure that they're still at the company. You want to have one prompt, one job. So we don't.
Maybe we can make another one to check on it.
Yeah, like that's exactly what I was getting towards. So again, I screwed up here. Website should be final domain. We went over that in the previous episodes. So I'm just going to. So this will return. You guys will see in a second. I'm mostly just demoing this so that I can show you how it looks. I think for the sake of the demo, like we have enough people from the original batch that we pulled from Clay, but this is super useful to know. So I'll try and please, if I forget, remind me to include this prompt. I should have like a running Clay with Bae document. If I didn't already share this, I will. But there's some useful information about what we're doing here. So I'm just going to cross off find people with AI for now. And then we're going to move on to finding contact information using Clay and waterfalls. Don't think we're going to go over custom waterfalls, like creating your own. But as far as like agencies and companies that really have their cost efficiency and stuff together, they will make their own waterfall chains to do exactly what they want to do rather than using the Clay native waterfall. Maybe I'll even have time to show what the stellar growth one looks like and how we use it. But we'll talk about which providers we like the best. And I haven't used all of them, so I don't have like full knowledge. But yeah, so this works, right? What is our output? We got founder and global director. That's pretty cool. So it got both of them, both the founders, which is pretty cool. And then see, you're seeing all the JSON output, which is basically just sorry, my brain is so slow today. It is basically like the structure that we wanted, right? We want the role, full name, and LinkedIn profile URL if available. So sometimes it's not able to find it. So then what we can do, I'll probably just write these to the same table, but you will have to manipulate it a bit. We are going to write this data to another table. So I'm going to go here to the owners and partners. I'm going to take action on this list. I'm going to write each item to a new row in another table. And we're just going to pick this one. Yes, the partners and owners. We don't want to write all of this. And so the annoying thing about send to other table rather than write to other table is that it doesn't map columns. So, like, if I were just to send this over, like, let's just say, I don't want to send any additional over. We would have to merge the columns. So, like, say I don't want any of this extra data. Like, I just want the people. Well, you need the website, you need the company LinkedIn URL, and you need the company name, right? Like, that's essential data. So if I write all this over, it's going to create a new company name column. It's going to create a new final website column. It's going to create a new LinkedIn URL column. I'm 90% sure on that. And so if I save this and like run on 10 rows, we'll just, because that's all we have right now anyways. What's it going to look like? At the bottom of this list, we'll see what the data looks like, okay? My face is in the way again. Okay. Did it send it? Am I crazy? Oh, I think because we have a filter on here. What does the filter say? ICP. So we didn't send over ICP qualified. Hold on. Let's just remove our filter so that we can see what we have. Now it should be at the bottom of this list, right? Bruh. It's chugging right now for some reason. Okay, so here it is. So you see all this data. Now we're going to have to, let me just see the origin column. So did it not bring over? No, it did. So full name. Oh, we can map it to an existing column. I don't know. I'm being stupid. Okay, so we're good. I'm glad we went through this exercise just so that we can map it. So we're going to map the name to full name. So that should show up now. Okay, we salvaged it.
Oh, good.
Yes, we're good. We're good. So yeah, we're fine. I guess it's been so long since I've done manual mapping that, yeah, I was like, I don't even know how to do this. So add as column, you go to map to existing column. LinkedIn profile, is that personal LinkedIn profile? Let me just double check on this. Okay, so I did not bring over, no, I did bring over company, but it's just not showing right now, so it's not a big deal. So let's finish mapping this over just so I can show you guys. Full name, we mapped. LinkedIn profile, we need to map. So add as column, LinkedIn profile. And then what's the other essential data? Role is important. So we're going to add as a column and we're going to map to job title.
Oh, good.
Okay, so you can see AI made some guesses here. But that's pretty much it. So then we can do this lookup row thing. Although it was not able to find the LinkedIn profile for everybody, which does limit us in some ways. So I hope everyone is still following. I know that this is a little bit fishy, but we made it work. So I'm going to map to company name. I don't even have company name out, which is annoying. We'll figure that out in a second. We do want final website. We're going to add as column company domain. We should have better consistency between naming and columns. Like things are going to get super confusing if we don't. Like company domain, like we should decide that final domain should be always the source of truth, right?
When should we rename the columns?
You should be doing it constantly. If you're doing it, like we should do it right now. We'll set a good precedent here. And we'll rename this final domain. Okay? So this should be company location, right? We're doing good practices. It is so easy to get like overwhelmed with a clay task, or let's say you're creating just one table for a company or two tables, and then that debt from not organizing things will just like keep adding and adding until one day you're going to go back to one of your tables and you're going to have to explain it to your boss or to your client or to somebody else, and you're going to have no freaking idea what's going on in the table because, like, trust me, like you're going to be stuck.
Just keep it clean from the
Just
beginning.
keep it clean moment to moment as much as possible. Like this should be personal LinkedIn profile, personal LinkedIn profile, something like that. Personal LinkedIn profile URL if we're being really specific. Job title is fine. Full name is fine. We do need to split out, like if we're going to send outreach, we need to split out this full name here. So when you do find people using two different methods, like we did here, this was Clay and this was AI, you are going to have to do this every time, right? Like hopefully you have a template going forward to do this. We don't have company location, which is fine. We're just going to hide this because they're all from the US anyways. But yeah, does AI hallucinate sometimes? Yes. So I don't think we have time to do it in this episode, but we should like check, or in our original prompt here, we should say like, it's tough. You can't put it in the original prompt, right? Like you can't say, oh, must be from 2025. We would just need another prompt here that, what I would do is I would enrich, since we did it for these people, but we didn't for these people, I would enrich their LinkedIn profile. Let's do that. We're getting a little complicated here, but it's okay. I want to make sure we spend, let me just see how we're doing on time. At least a couple minutes. Yeah, we got like 10 minutes. At least a couple minutes working on the email waterfall, the like native email waterfall. But yeah, let's enrich person, and let's only do it when like ICP qualified is empty, or first name doesn't exist, or find people doesn't exist, something like that. Okay, so we're going to enrich person using their personal LinkedIn profile URL, which is, yeah, exactly what we want. We don't have an email yet. And we're going to only run if, oh, nice, our executive role flag already worked. So that's nice. So we're only going to want to do this on the ones we imported in. So let's figure this out. Only run if find people name. Let's use AI. I don't like only run if find people name does not exist. Okay. Or is empty. That's a better way to say it. It is empty. That should work. Both of them should work. Okay. Moving my face again. Continue to add fields. I don't want any of this for the moment. Maybe the org is what we want to pull out, and that's it. Okay. So then we're going to run it on these. We're going to run it on all these new ones. And then we're just going to compare. I could run it on any of these. Let's just run on all of it. It should work. Our conditional logic should save our butt here. So run column, run on all rows that haven't run or have errors, okay? So this only should run on, yes, okay. that was a leap of faith there. I was trying to demonstrate that you know, if you check, you can trust your conditional logic. Sometimes, so this is unfortunate. It's not finding a lot of profiles based on these LinkedIn. Like maybe AI hallucinated. Like let's just open it up and see on some of these where they can't find the profile. It doesn't exist. Come on, AI.
Oh.
So what we'd have to go back and do now is based on these people at the company, find their LinkedIn profile, which might be, we're just not going to focus on that in this episode. I really want to show some enrichment. the traditional way. So like this guy works at Art Glass. What is the company name? Just to double check. So these guys should work at Centurion Legal or at so this one was validated. These guys work at the right company. This one looks correct. What is Lawyerist? That does not seem like a qualified company. We should have double checked the company filtering before we ran. What is Lawyerist? Oh yeah, it's not qualified. So let's see if that showed up in here, and then we'll dedicate 5 minutes to our finishing this up. So why is Lawyerist should be filtered out as in not qualified? Oh, interesting. Yeah. So we should filter this now. Add a filter, and columns can only run if the company's qualified. That's where I screwed up. I found people where I shouldn't. It has to be ICP qualified. So let's fix that here, and you should almost always have a condition here, even if it's really basic. So ICP qualified is true. Okay. So this will now only run when it should. Okay. And then, now we're going to filter. Add a filter so that we remove all the junk that we should not be seeing. Qualified is checked. Boom. So how many companies? Wow, that leaves us with way less companies than we thought, but we're being picky here about size. We're being picky here about the type of company or firm. So we're good. Okay. No, I'm not trying to rush too much here, but let's find some emails using the waterfall. So I'm going to show you guys how to customize a Clay email waterfall, the native one, and then I'm going to show you what my internal one looks like. Okay. And we're actually sponsored by Prospio for this video, which is it's always interesting when a company or a product you're already using reaches out to want to sponsor you. So like we're basically, we might be using Prospio a little bit more than before, but we're basically we've always been using Prospio since like the beginning of time, it feels like. So shout out to Prospio. I also think it's it's definitely top 3. What's our favorites? I would say Prospio, ICPs, and Lead Magic for email enrichment. Wiz is also good too. And they all basically do similar things. But I find that the cost efficiency of ICPs and Prospio and Lead Magic are the best. Okay. So here's my internal waterfall. I will show you guys what that looks like. We're using, in that case, TriKit, which is actually really cheap, but it's not part of the Clay. Like most of you are, we're not using an API in here, so I am not going to use it. Let's see, email waterfall. Let's just find email. Sometimes I forget how to look things up. Okay, so here's the natural work email waterfall. Let's go to full configuration. I always recommend you tweak things. And so we're not going to use every single one of these. I'm just going to use like the ones that I recommend. Not that the ones we're removing are bad. But yeah, so I'm going to put, since it's 2 credits, we're going to move it to the end, right? And we're going to put what we have keys for up front. So we got Prospio, we got ICPs, we got Lead Magic, and then I'm going to get rid of everything except Wiz. I think that depending on the industry, Wiz does quite well to like clean up and find stuff. Lead Magic is also good. I also use Prospio and ICPs for like validation of emails, finding contacts and stuff like that. So we got the full name, we got the final domain, we got the personal LinkedIn profile URL. I forget which one of these requires, maybe it's Wizza that requires, sometimes some of the enrichment providers require a social profile. And so let's go to company name, Where's company name? Did it not come over? It had to come over. It must just be name, org, enrich person, org. We should fix this. One sec. I'm going to save this and we'll fix this. So I always use debounce for our provider. Is it like you have to have an API key to run this? I'm not sure. But anyways, as far as validation goes, I think that pretty much we only use debounce or lead magic or ICPs or Prospio. And we always double verify with another tool. So like, let's say we use Prospio to find the emails, just because we're super cautious, we're going to use something like lead magic or ICPs to verify it. But that's it. As far as my own personal experiences, we haven't had like a perfect experience with any of them. Like we've always had one or two campaigns that were like, wow, why was the validation so bad on this? And sometimes it's our own fault, but I really recommend debounce or lead magic if you're spending credits. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna only mark safe to send emails as valid. We want to pretend like we have a glass cannon here. We don't want to break it. Require validation success. I'm gonna leave this on for now, but these settings are very tricky. Most people, I recommend after you've been using Clay for a while, you create your own waterfall so that you can, be the master of how it runs. And that's it. I think we're gonna hide the provider columns. I recommend that because things get messy. Actually, let's leave it open so you guys can see, and then we're going to run on everything. ICP qualified. No, we want to make sure. Again, ICP qualified has to be true. Okay. And then automatically shorten outputs that are too large to attract into a cell. Okay, that's interesting. That must be new. So let's save and don't run. And I'll show you guys what that looks like how you get this going. I didn't realize there's so much to even just the regular email waterfall. Like internally, we realized we needed our own waterfall. So I'll show you guys. Add enrichment, find email. Where's the stellar growth one? Just find emails from website. Let me just look it up. SG. I think it's version 3. So we're going to use Prospio to find emails here. So we're requiring a full name, a final domain, and also really nice, it takes in ICP qualified so that it will only run if it's true. Company name is org, which I'm a little sketched out about. We should fix that. Why is the company name not pulled out right now? That was on me for not doing that. Oh, company table data. Yeah, let's see. Company table data. Company. Is it not going to let us pull it? Company table data. Name. Boom. Oh, this is a LinkedIn profile. I'm doing it in the wrong one. So let's go to company table data. This is the correct name for the business. And then LinkedIn profile of the person is just LinkedIn profile URL. Perfect. Okay, so this is what the stellar growth one looks like. We run Prospio up front. Okay. We validate the Prospio using debounce currently. Debounce isn't cheap. We're constantly evaluating new providers. So I'll just show you what it looks like. So this is ours. Try and find the work email through Prospio. If it doesn't work, validate Prospio. If it does work, validate the email. Then we're going to try ICPs. Then we're going to try and validate it. Then we're going to try lead magic. Then we're going to validate it. Then we're going to try Wizza. Did I just put 2 of them in here? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong. This is the stellar growth one. Start with Prospio, okay? Validate it, then try kit. Try kit is another validator that's not included in clay, okay? And then we're gonna try ICPs. Then we're gonna try lead magic. Then we're gonna try full enrich, which actually is its own waterfall, okay? If it doesn't show up as safe to send, but we still found an email, we will send it to this little section here. We're gonna use ICPs to verify the catch-all emails. Okay, so then we have two surety levels. We have probable and ultra sure, and like 100% sure. So if something is ultra sure from ICPs, we will throw it into the final email usually. And that's it for today, guys. I think we'll just run this at the beginning of the next episode. We're not going to use the stellar growth one. We're going to use the one that we made. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.